So it's for me it's very amazing that today we are talking with the same title, The Crisis of Parlamentarism, of a very similar or very different question. So in addition to this book, we found, or I have found, a second book that has been very important for that consideration that León of the Cradle of Parlamentarism is Life and Death of Democracy of Junio. This is an Australian professor that in 2009 published this book, and for the first time he challenged the Magna Carta of 1215, the title of the first parliamentary, of the first reference in order to evolution of representative government. And for that declaration, it was the institutional answer that finished in 2013. So these books are very, very important about what I try to talk. And the final explanation is what I'm going to talk is only publicity of some political event or some political message, or it's linked what I teach in my lectures in Spain. I used to talk about the cradle of parliamentarism when I start to explain constitutional law, and it's linked with the history of the constitutional law and the history of the institution, the Parlamento, the Cortes, the representative government. And we use it for a theoretical explanation and for a practical explanation because we have a small museum and we take our students in order they could check all that documents I'm going to talk about. And I would like to talk and start to talk from the beginning. I have chosen that reference to Nahum Kagan that every subject in simple elements have its basis in principle and its record in progress. In all of this diversity, truth demonstrates his harmony. This reference is a very, very old reference. It comes from the United States. Was the first book that Junio used for starting his research about democracy. For that reason, I would like to read what he had discovered for making that very deep revision about democracy. And it's important because I want to emphasize two words, diversity and harmony. We could find different cradles or different routes in the evolution of parliamentary system, but we don't try to trigger or to fight against them. We need to find a harmony between that different options in order to search what was the cradle at the roots of the representative government. What are my objectives today? The background are the study of the crisis of representative governments, like a fact that we face every day. Even we practice different subjects of law, because if we speak about a default or a vacuum between citizens and political representative, maybe our laws or the law that we have to apply in our subject could have a default in order legitimacy. And so this is not a special field for constitutional law, for political science. It could affect to labor law, to civil law, to economics and politics, to different subjects. And from this departure point, I have two objectives. One that implies to look to the past. It's basically what I'm going to talk is León, the cradle of parliamentarism, and the other objective is basically if I try to look to the future. I try to get a formula for re-engagement, in order to re-engage the citizen participation in one of the most basic legal reference in a representative government, the Constitution, and basically in the process of the amendment of the Constitution through the institution that you have in Ireland, you have practiced in Ireland, that is Constitutional Convention. Obviously, this is like too